Hello everyone. Today we'll be talking about capacity. When we speak about capacity, we're speaking about how much a container can hold inside it. So let's take a look at the first slide. What can we see here? We can see two glasses that are exactly the same size. However, they're holding different amounts of water inside them. Glass A is full, whereas we can see that glass B is filled just a little bit more than half. Now, let's read the instructions and see what needs to be done in this activity. It says complete the sentences using more or less. Right, so here we need to compare the glasses and fill in the gaps in the sentences using these two words, more or less. Our first sentence tells us A has than B. So, children, let's look at glass A. Does it have more or less water than B? It has more, right? Because glass A is full to the top, whereas the water in B only arrives up to a bit more than half. So A has more than B. Right. In the next sentence, we read B has than A. So, if we know that glass A has more than B, we also know that B has less water than A. Are we right? And we can say that not only because we are seeing the amount of water in the two glasses, but also because we know that more and less are opposites. So B has less than A. Let's check. Right. Perfect. Let's move on to the next slide. Here we also have two glasses, each one filled with some water. So, I want you to pause the video and take some time to describe how much water there is in each glass. And we'll discuss this as soon as you're back. Perfect, so let me share with you what I have noticed. I noticed that this time glass A is nearly empty and glass B is more than half full. So just like with the first slide, let's see what we need to do. Complete the sentences using more or less. So again, we have sentences to fill in. And the first one reads, A has than B. Do you think that A has more or less? I think that the correct answer here would be less, because A has less than B. Right? Yes, right. The next one tells us B has than A. So, what would that be? More or less? If A has less than B, then B has more than A, right? And we can even see that by looking at the glasses. So, let's check. Perfect. Now, children, let's move on to this slide over here. Here we can see three glasses, A, B, and C. What do we notice? I notice that A is nearly empty this time, whereas B and C are full. And they have the same amount of water inside them. So, before we carry on, let us read the instructions to see what we need to do here. Complete the sentences using more, less, or equal. So we have a new word this time, equal. Do you know what equal means? Children, we use the word equal to describe that two things are the same. So, let's start the sentences. A has than C. So here we're going to compare glass A with glass C. What do you think should we fill in here? A has more, less than C, or perhaps they're equal? Just by looking at the glasses, we can easily say that A has less than C, right? Yes. Moving on to the next one. B is to C. Now, here we're comparing B and C. Now, before we said that B and C are both full, so they both have the same amount of water inside them. So which word from these three means the same? Equal, right? So B is equal to C. Yes, that's correct. The last sentence here tells us B has then A. So we're looking at glass B and looking at glass A. What should we fill in here? B has more or less than A? Or perhaps they're equal. B has more than A. Of course, it has more, right? And we're moving on to the last slide of today. Again, we have 3 glasses holding different amounts of water. And the instructions tell us, just like they did in the slide before, to complete the sentences using more, less, or equal. Here, I would like you to pause the video and observe the 3 glasses. How much water is in each one? What sentence can you think to compare them with each other? And remember the keywords that we need to use: more, less, and equal. And we'll be back together soon. Right, so let's see what we can say about these 3 glasses. The first sentence tells us A has then B. Now A is nearly empty, whereas B is more than half full. So A has less than B. Perfect, let's check. Yes, that's right. B has than C. Let's look at B and let's look at C. B is more than half full, but then C is full. So B has less or more than C? B has less than C, right? And the last one over here reads C has then A and B. Now this time we are asked to look at glass C and compare it to both A and B. C is full and A and B are not full. They have some water in them, but C is the fullest, right? So C has more than A and B, correct? Let's check. Yes. Now, children, this activity brought us to the end of the video. Today we spoke about capacity, and we've seen how the same container, in today's case the glasses, can hold different amounts. I hope you'll join me in the next video. Bye!